Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to Saving Often. This is part 7 of Obduction, and I'm here with my buddy David.
It's me again.
And we're back here at this puzzle. It feels like I just spent an hour fiddling with this puzzle, and here we are again.
Rick, you seem less than thrilled about warping circles into other circles again.
Listen, I don't like this. I'm done with this puzzle. We kind of came to the consensus that I think that we have it figured out. But yeah, let's recap from last week's episode. In part 6, we got to explore more of the jungle planets of Mirai. We went across the bridge, discovered some fresh alien technology, presumably Mofang, and watched a video of Josef, who was talking all stilted like and kind of mechanical, kind of robotic, sort of like an alien trying to understand how to love, or at least to communicate. So we're not quite sure what's going on with that, but we assume that we'll find out more here. In the meantime, we fiddled around a whole bunch with a bunch of spheres, and we rotated some seeds around over and over again, and we bantered about to cover for the fact that I had no idea what I was doing, but hey, eventually we figured it out. We got through and found ourselves on this puzzle. This puzzle consists of one large circle that can rotate around quarter turns, and 4 inner circles that can also rotate in quarter turns that we have to move to another world via seed in order to rotate them. So Obduction Part 6 was basically a loading screen edition of Saving Often. But here we are now. I think that we have an idea of what we're doing.
I think that we have lots more loading screens to look forward to, so strap in, folks. And Rick, I would like to highlight this is like absolutely the thematic like schoolhouse for this game's like Riven equivalent.
You think so?
I think that this whole notion of swapping segments between between little nodes on a circle is the through line thematically for the whole game. I think that the big meta puzzle we're going to have to figure out at the end is basically getting the artifacts we need in the right places to make everything work.
That's a good point. I can see that being the case. Although we are still presumably looking for trees, right? So we never activated the tree on Kaptar, and I haven't even seen one here on Mirai.
Now the question is, are the trees they need to be in the on the right planet?
It's a good question. Do you think that we're going to have to take a tree to another planet?
That would be nutso, and I look forward to being right.
So we did manage to make it up to the topmost portion here of the circle, which opened up, that's a lock there, and it opened up a gateway. Presumably there's a tram headed that way, which I think is going to be accessed via that bridge, which is the left side of the circle. The right side of the circle seems to lead right square into a wall, which I think is going to be a shimmering teleport. So that'll probably take us to another part of the planet. But yeah, right now it looks like our setup is neatly in place for us to go that way. So let's see what we can do.
Now, wouldn't it be best to get that right angle before we...
Yeah. Yeah, our setup was not as nice as I thought it was.
Because we want... If we're going to be getting over to the right end first, we're going to need that right angle on the left into the bottom slot.
Yes, we are. And, of course, I spun it the wrong direction.
Listen, it's very confusing.
It is. I would think that right would spin it clockwise and left counterclockwise. Okay, so we're going to need to turn that...
Actually, do we even have an entry point for the one on the bottom there? That's like a wrinkle I didn't consider.
An entry point for the one on the bottom, what, down there?
No, on the right. The one that I was thinking we're going to be entering through. Like, I think that's not going to even let us in the door. So we may need to reconsider like what our course is.
I think so. It looks like there's an opening up here. That's what you're referring
No,
to?
no, on the bottom. Like go down the elevator and check to see if we can even get inside the maze right now.
Well, we can't.
Right.
Yeah, so
So where will we be entering to get into to go to the right?
we're going to need to take this sphere, this circle, and put it here.
Well, notice that like the little like bars where it has an entry point. I don't think we have that on the one on the bottom currently.
Yeah, you're saying that we can't walk into this one.
Not whatsoever. Like even if we move the right angle there, I don't think we can enter.
Sure we can. If I take this circle and move it down here?
Right, because if you see like on the left that circle, it connects to the glowing bars that lead out. There's an entrance there. But the one that we're directly above right now, that only has a path like at that odd obtuse angle. So what I'm worried about is if we go to all the trouble of swapping those pieces, that we're still going to have a brick wall in front of us.
But if I move this right angle here, it would make a path like this.
Okay, rotate that circle to the left or right so we can get a better view of it, so I can try to sell you on my insanity here.
Okay.
No, just rotate the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's rotate the whole thing.
So
Oh, you're right.
So I just saved you like 6 loading screens. So
You're right. There's no.
So we need to chart a course that's going to have an entrance. Like we've got 3 paths that have an entrance, but we need to figure out how we're going to get there from there. Like I figure that like that circle that we're above right now, that one's as perfect as it's ever going to get. So we're never going to have any incentive to swap that whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose unless we just need it to be on the one that's currently on top, because I think that would.
Well, those are the 2 that we already swapped. Was this one and this one?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
So one thing we can do is make this one straight,
and
then rotate this one.
Yeah, that should work. That's crazy enough to work.
Then we can go around and out the right. Okay, let's do that. So that should just be a matter of...
Yeah, like we don't need to really like do anything super crazy.
Yeah. Wow, I'm glad you made sense of that. I never even stopped to think that there were only 3 exits from the entire disc.
Yeah, that would be a real asshole move the humans would pull, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Though it's clear to me that the Mofang had a big hand in constructing this mess.
That's what's confusing me, because this looks like a Mofang structure, if this is indeed the Mofang that we're dealing with this technology.
I mean, it could actually be the villains, I want to say Villein, that
too.
They were trying to deter. I mean, it doesn't seem like the bugs are a problem. Everybody's pretty chill about the bugs.
Mm-hmm. This could also be a villain structure, too. It might not be Mofang. Okay, so 1 turn should be all that we needed here. Unless I'm missing something pertinent.
I lost track with our banter if this was the one we wanted to be straight or not.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. This is so confusing.
This game is like the seed that's on a weight scale. You gotta have a brain heavy enough to actually trigger it. And between the both of us, we're just like a hair over the limit. So those rats in the maze think that, they're so much better than us. We showed them.
And we didn't even need a piece of cheese to get us through.
I would still like a piece of cheese if
who wouldn't?
If we're keeping it on the table. No, a good puzzle is its own reward, I say dejectedly.
I say through clenched teeth.
Cheeseless teeth.
What's the best cheese?
Cheddar.
Cheddar?
I have like debated this across my life, and I feel happiest with cheddar. It feels like a really just basic answer, but sometimes the basic stuff's real good. So is this the one we wanted, or do we mess ourselves up?
This is the one that we wanted, but...
Okay, but we were going to need to... We didn't want to rotate it. That was the problem.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to have rotated it. Okay, that's okay. Easy fix. Easy fix. I'm more of a Swiss guy myself. I like a good Swiss cheese. Like Swiss cheese, roast beef on rye. I couldn't ask for much more.
It's a good combo. I feel like that with Swiss, you need it really depends on what you're pairing it with, because I think that on its own, it's not a snacking cheese whatsoever. Maybe you feel differently, though. Maybe you just have it by the handful.
I love Swiss in all of its various formats. Pepper Jack is also good.
I do like pepper jack. But I also just like heat on my food generally.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's perfect.
Now it's perfect. Is that something that you've always had a taste for, or have you kind of grown into it as an adult?
For Swiss?
No, for spicy things.
I think that when I started as a teenager, I experimented with hotter salsas, and then I had that escalating kind of addiction to spiciness, and now it's kind of plateaued, but I do think that I have a higher threshold for spicy than most people that I meet.
I definitely think it's something that I've appreciated more as I've gotten older.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was terrified of spicy food.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Okay, just gotta get that little slot there.
All right, so we are going to rotate this once counterclockwise. I think the problem was that I initially just had spicy things as just like a spicy thing, like, hey, try this really spicy pepper, and never complimenting the food that I was having it with.
Yeah. You don't just want to just eat a pepper raw. I'm at a point in my life now where I could just eat a raw bell pepper and be happy with it. But you got to earn that. You got to work up to that.
Well, we've gone from hot takes to pepper gatekeeping.
Counterclockwise, is what you said.
I did.
I did take a spicy wing eating challenge when I was living in Texas, and that was pretty miserable. But I got a T-shirt out of it.
Oh, that's good.
Ultimately worth it.
I found the treasure of Melee Island, and all I got was this T-shirt and all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now time to assess the mistakes.
No mistakes here, my friend. I think we got it. Look at that beautiful ass puzzle. Oh, and we can actually activate or go either way now.
That's good.
Oh, that's really handy. Because now I can just do this. Look at that. We don't have to rotate anything ever again.
You say through clenched
Never again. What do you think is going to be over here, David?
We're going to warp around, and then we're going to be very easily find the mechanism to turn off the other gate, and our life will be easy.
There's a bridge that we warped over.
Mm-hmm.
So we're close to... Oh, that's another...
Oh. And so the topography here is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Topography, actually.
I'm going to edit out topography and keep in topography.
But you're noting the fix is going to stay in.
Yes.
Right. I was not expecting to actually be correct.
Well, you were. Look at that. Look at how easy that was.
I will confess that, this planet has me a lot more navigationally confused than the preceding ones.
I agree. There's a lot of winding paths here that it's hard to tell how it all comes together as one. I would love to see a good overhead map of this area. Once all is said and done, once we've finished Obduction, I'd love to look at it and see exactly how all the different regions connect.
And they connect, and you get to see like the stuff we completely missed, like, Puzzle Island.
Yeah. Yeah, all of the collectibles that we missed.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we kidding? Our protagonist doesn't have hands.
The 8 red coins that Farley left behind for us.
We're going to get through, and we're going to hear a voice that says, well, that was good. You guys got the basic bitch ending. I think we want to do it like this. Oh, nice.
I can't wait to ride the monorail. I guess it's 2 rails, actually. Never mind. I'm less excited now. What we got here? Ooh.
This desperate situation up here. If you could, please. Hurry. I appreciate.
Come on, man. You didn't have to solve that puzzle. You know what worries me is if all these things that we're unlocking are just going to free up whatever was they were hoping to impede.
That's exactly what we're doing. Honestly, we read the notes. They specifically designed the gauntlet to slow them down, and we're just opening up this puzzle for the attackers.
I wonder what CW would think about any of this.
I mean, we could go back and talk to him.
That would also require us to walk all the way back.
Yeah, and I want to ride the dual rail.
After we put all that effort into, endured so many loading screens.
So if it's not a monorail, what is it? A stereo rail?
I don't know what the official term would be. I mean, most rail-based locomotion is just 2 rails normally, so I just think it would just be you just take the rail.
No, just a rail. Well, fine if you want to be boring about it.
You just climb in here. We take the Half-Life 2 mobile. I do feel like I'm gonna learn something about the Combine shortly. Like Josef might be a member of the Combine.
See, I'm getting Riven vibes from this.
Well, there were rails in Riven. Now that you mention it,
There's the tree. Oh.
Uh-oh. That's exciting. All right, time to pick up your firearm and get in there. Thankfully, the excitement was already over by the time we got here.
I really like the sound design in this game.
It's pretty good. Sometimes you find a hallway and it's very dramatic. Oh boy. But what do we want to accomplish?
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that for now. We have a door down here. So this is what was being destroyed. Man, something about that sequence just kind of gave me chills. It's, aside from like the voiceless bugs and CW behind his door, it's the first sign that we're not alone on this world.
Mm-hmm. We can pop the door open here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and there's a book. It's been a while.
Species, pod number, floor, and position.
Ooh. Somebody's been scratched out.
Interesting that Shavar is a Mofang. There are a couple others here too, but not very many.
So I note that we do have some remainers. Trar, and on the preceding page, I believe there's another one.
Interesting. Yeah, Orbar, Patriarch Dell. Cecil, yeah, CW.
Aprar.
And Aprar. So Cecil is the only human remainer. Josef went into a pod.
Yeah, and he's probably speaking to us from his pod. It's totally Josef. It's nothing to worry about. Just get to him immediately. Also, the illustration on the last page, in light of the whole motif of the connected worlds, I'm assuming that the one that's crossed out is the Mofang homeworld.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I wonder what to make of the...
I mean, it seems like that two planets are directly lead to each other, but that's not really the case because Hunrath is connected to at least Kaptar and Murray.
Yeah, Hunrath was capable of going to multiple places, so that was my first thought too.
It might be something that we have to consult later if we need to get the system aligned just so.
Well, I have photographs of it, so... Oh!
Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. You want your gun back?
He's Villein.
Can you pick up his gun at your feet? Nope, too heavy.
Can't interact with anything.
Which is too bad, because, he's still alive.
I'm sorry, pal. I don't have hands. God, I hate this. I want to help him. I want to help him so bad.
I mean, Josef would disapprove. He doesn't want you to help the villains.
That's why I want to help him.
Have you already opened the door down there? Okay, now we can get down there.
But I want to help our buddy.
Listen, you can just leave him to starve to death. It's fine.
What is that?
I think that there was that's the thing we saw on the sign saying "Do not approach."
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that's a seed to the Mofang homeworld.
Could be.
Well, there's nothing that I can do for this fella. Yet. Feel bad just leaving him here, though.
Yeah, you can't pet the villains in Obduction, apparently.
Is this going to be the bridge that leads us back? Yeah.
You remember the pattern?
Of course I do. Yeah, this is back to the sign-in area. Okay.
Wonderful. So we finally followed Farley's instructions and got to the main area.
It only took us 2 episodes. So this door is still closed. There's that mechanism back up by the rail that we didn't do anything with. I suppose we can fiddle with it, but I'm not entirely sure what it's going to accomplish.
I mean, it could just be another one where we just, get enough connecting dots to make something of significance happen. Ah! Oh, is this where the pods are kept?
Oh. Oh, I think you're right.
So the question is, do we need to find anybody in particular? And if we can even find them, how would we even go about retrieving them?
Which one was Josef? Josef was pod number 222.
I think that to do this, we're going to probably need to refer to the calculator and find out how we plug in those numbers we want for it.
Shouldn't be too big of a deal, I say, even though I don't remember. Yeah, so we're going to have to...
I feel like the smartest way to do this is to save our game here and then see if we have a save on Unrest just to kind of jump over to the calculator.
So here's the thing. This is the big lie that I've been telling all of our viewers this entire time. Obduction has an autosave system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to save, and so I can't save often. Although technically, since it's constantly saving my game, the game itself is saving often. So I'm going to get by on a technicality.
Well, is there a manual save so that we can just jump back here if we choose to?
Let me see. No.
Wonderful. Okay, well, let's walk.
I mean, I do have an old
It's
save game.
it's just profiles.
So here's what I'm thinking. Since we have this connector that goes back, why don't we go talk to CW and see if he has anything to say?
Yeah, let's see if our silent protagonist will have the insight to ask him about that Josef we've been talking to. On the bright side, this is not going to be that long of a walk.
No, that's kind of what I'm thinking is maybe by having the shortcut here, they're implying that we should be perhaps going back to talk to him, because there's been some developments here, and I'm just not sure what to think.
Well, don't panic.
Don't panic.
CW is going to be like, you saw a villain die, huh? Well, the scarlet blood, scarlet, and then he kind of gets a little morose and he stops talking.
Then he'll just trail off.
I mean, dude, I get it. You've been separated from your family, and that sucks. But also, please give us a little bit more exposition because, I feel like you're holding out on us.
A villain, you say? Before I was swept away here, I was on the gallows. You could say I was a villain. Gotta think about this one. I'll be back. Oh man, back on Hoonrath.
Our home away from home.
Oh, remember this part? That was fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't there
Hopefully that's not going to be an issue.
No, it won't be. I thought there was a path down here, but I guess not. It's been so long since I've been in Hoonrath.
I mean, I know it's a little uncomfortable because you don't have any circles to rotate. All you have is that orb.
So, going back to something that you talked about in last week's episode about how the world outside of our orb is a different world that we're looking at. Are we looking at the Mofang's world? Because it's kind of purplish blue.
I mean, I would buy that. You're gonna have to take the ramp up there, I think.
Did I get myself all backwards? I think I did. I thought that I could walk out there, but I guess I can't. So, is Hoonrath on Mofang? Not Mofang, but on their world?
Yeah, I don't really know yet what the trees are even trying to accomplish by, sticking pieces of other worlds on other planets and putting, a teleport barrier around it, unless the teleport barrier is a deliberate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the distinction between the teleport function, because, the barrier we're destroying using the lasers doesn't affect the teleportation properties whatsoever. But the note we found kind of suggested that there's a defensive mechanism to it that, they anticipate if we are attacked, that it's going to deflect back the way it came. So 2-to-1 odds is he's going to say anything useful.
I'm holding out hope. I believe in CW.
Thanks,
Cecil,
man. That was very insightful.
Cecil, the villains are dying. The villains are dying, and all you care about is watering trees. Okay. Well, at least while we're here...
Go to the calculator.
Yeah, which is probably best access.
I mean, we got to go basically back the way we came to get into the junkyard.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the opportunity to look at those little posters again, just to confirm?
In the community center?
Well, just the don't look at this thing. I think that was the basic gist of it.
Yeah. There's one over here.
It's don't observe this dice. This die.
Yes. Don't approach anything that even remotely resembles this diagram unless it has been disabled. Do not perceive. Yeah, it definitely looked like a polyhedral to me.
So do you think it will, it attacked the villain? Do you think that's what happened?
Could be, although...
Like, my basic instinct is that that thing is going to warp you. Like, half the things that we've encountered that are weird will warp you.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some sort of firefight.
Did we ever go through here? We must have, right?
I feel so, but you can have a little look. I'm not going to tell anybody.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oops. Yeah, we were there. Man, we sure did a good job of cleaning up all the garbage that was in here.
Mm-hmm. The jungle can deal with it now. I'm sure this was absolutely the most efficient way to get here.
I'm sure that it absolutely was not.
Okay, so don't go past the calculator. That's why we're here, buddy. So I think we need to type out probably the full manifest number, like the floor everything, to kind of like plug that into the machine to get to Josef.
Well, I think that the machine is taking us to the
floor.
That's my guess.
So you think we're only going to need just the 14 to get to what we want?
Possibly. We're assuming that we need to go to Josef, but I think it's a pretty safe bet.
I think that it would at least be interesting to see if we can interact with Josef.
Mm-hmm.
The only other, characters we're kind of familiar with that are significant is like there's Farley, who's also in a pod currently.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few different like aliens that were mentioned.
Yeah, I know of Shavar.
But if the one that we got shot and have mercilessly left to die can't speak to us, I figure that most of the villains are not going to have that option.
Yeah.
And I do note that there are a few Mofangs on the register.
Mm-hmm.
So not all of them are dirty, rotten scumbags.
No. So Josef is on floor 14, position 13, pod number 222. Why don't we plug those three numbers in?
And is there enough room to just plug all the digits in there together?
No, it's a 3-digit number.
Okay, so we can't do.
You were thinking 222 13 14.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
It goes error if it's any more than that. So we can't do we can't treat it as a full combination.
Correct. And there's absolutely no way that I can save my game, is there? No, it doesn't look like it.
No.
Oh.
We could make a parallel profile and then jump between those.
No, I made a copy of it.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, great. So we have a copy of the game. We can hop back here if need be.
Your old buddy.
I just missed it.
Take us to Josef.
You know, I don't get back this way very often. I just have to stop in and say hello to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You can probably just go this way. Actually. Yeah, I went the complete, like, long-ass way. Because this takes us into Josef's place.
Listen, you can stop and smell the roses. It's fine.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I've been here.
You know, after all the lead up to finally getting to the jungle, now you're just sick of it. And you just want to linger here as long as possible.
I miss the desert. I miss the rocks. Jungles are nice, but how many rocks are there? Not as many as here.
No offense to like any of the Arai in the audience, but like, you know, bugs are pretty bad in the jungles.
Listen, I love the Arai. I've always been a fan of the Arai, but they're just
terrible drivers.
Yeah. And there's the whole patriarchy, you know.
Let's not get into any heater gamer moments, though.
I think last episode is the closest we're going to get to a heated gamer moment. God, that puzzle. I'm so happy that's in our past.
Sure.
It's in our past.
I feel like that if it's not Josef we're needing to try and get access to, then maybe Farley, maybe Shavar. Shavar seems significant.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we said he was on floor 14, right?
Yeah, was my recollection.
Josef, floor 14. So a 14 looks kind of like that.
You get like a Tetris T block, and then you got a little L that's been cut off at the nub.
I'm glad that our brains both went to a Tetris T block because I was about to say a T Tetronimo. Okay, so the T and then a little L.
Are the exterior ones counting? I forget.
I don't think those connect. I think they only connect to inward. So we'll do that. So that was what it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then like that, was it?
No, I thought it was like it was like
that.
it was an no. It was like a regular L, was my recollection. We looked at it like literally less than 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes I remember
other
patterns.
way.
Other way.
Mirror that.
No, it was like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's how you're looking at the L. I gotcha.
Yeah, like an L.
Yeah, like an L. Yeah, I get it. Get on your scary elevator and enjoy it.
Here we are at beautiful floor 14.
Oh.
What? Is this our buddy? Hi.
That's a villain.
Do we need to rotate this to, like, get to somebody we want to talk to?
I feel like we do. Because his position would be 13, so this would be Josef here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what mechanism am I missing?
Well, we're obviously going to have to teleport this whole platform to another world.
Oh,
and then
no. Well, let's take note of what we're looking at here. We're looking at 0. It was 15, 14, and 13. So, if there is a means of rotating it, we need to take it 3 clicks counterclockwise. I feel like the fact that it already pulled the pod up tells me that we have to do this elsewhere.
Well, what if we just put the other number in here?
I mean, I guess. If you want to try things. Okay, so this one's just the T, except with the little arm.
Yeah. A little bonus.
Mm-hmm. Bop, 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 bop.
So rotate, or is it going to take us elsewhere?
Up.
Okay, so seems like we are going to have to go all the way back.
This one's empty.
That one's not. That one's empty.
Okay, let's go back up. Maybe there was a mechanism up top.
I feel like I don't think this was a kickstarted game, but I could imagine them either like for the human characters just plugging in either donators or like developers into these pods.
I could definitely see that. So is there something up here that would rotate us?
Would it be up in like the base above us? Is it like is there a mechanism for this to kind of pivot?
See, it doesn't really look like it does it?
It looks pretty solid.
This was the rail, but it's now gone, and we can't call it again, I guess.
I mean, if you really want to go back to the circle puzzle, we can.
I don't. Is there something I'm missing? A button I'm missing somewhere?
Like, this feels like it only gives us, like, one input to do everything. So, like, what if from the calculator we plug in, like, both numbers that we want, 14, 13? We only got 3 numbers. No, that's not going to work. But what if even if we, like, multiply them together or something like that to try and get it, I don't think that would make the number too big, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Was there maybe another path we missed? Is our buddy still alive? Good.
Yeah, he's going to be suffering for a long time, Rick. I don't know why you're just, like, letting him sit there.
I am clicking, little buddy. I'm clicking everywhere I can.
What do you think his job was here? Was he here to protect us, protect the whole pod array from an intruder?
I have to imagine so, yeah.
Like, it's hard to even, like, kind of gauge, like, his reaction to us. Like, do you think that he's, like, alarmed? Do you think that he perceives us as an enemy?
I don't think so. I think he perceives us as somebody who can help him, but alas.
So if we did have to multiply, like, 14 and 13, or equivalent numbers, that's still going to be a 3-digit number. So that could be it, but did the manifest have any numbers so large for row and slot for that to be a factor?
Well, we didn't plug in 222 yet. It's possible that we saw 14 and 13 because we were literally just going to 14 and 13 with a 0. So
that's possible.
Maybe
if we do plug in just the full exact pod number, it'll be more exact, maybe. So it's like a 5 with a little statue.
Was it like this?
Stand. I think that's about right.
Yeah, 5 with a statue stand, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like on my shelf.
Yeah, you got to be able to make your 5 stand up.
And this will take us to floor 222.
Do 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 do. Oh wait, no, it's slowing down.
All right, let's give it. Let's see our boy. Meet the mayor.
There he is.
Hey, buddy, you want to explain to us how you're on the transmitter, but you're also in cryostasis? So I guess the question is, I don't think there's like any means for us to do anything unless we're just want to look at somebody and they put a little pin code on the ice with the condensation of their breath or something. I don't think that there's a lot we can glean from this. We could still try to see Shavar or Farley, maybe. I think that would be a revelation if it was revealed that somebody is not in the pod that they're supposed to be. But I also don't think we're gonna get too far just checking every pod or anything.
I feel like we found the big thing that we were supposed to find here.
That Josef is here, unless
yes.
I'm just being too face-blind to check that that's not actually him.
No, that's definitely Josef. That is absolutely supposed to be Josef. I think that this revelation is that the Josef that we're seeing in the video is not the real Josef.
Wow, we didn't see that one coming.
Which is why I wonder if that's actually what it is, because it seems kind of obvious, but...
I mean, if you're one of those folks who don't read all the notes, you might be caught off guard with it. I feel like that with Myst, the big catch, it should be fairly obvious if you're paying attention, but
yeah.
The bad endings are still there. But of course our friend Suha would want to see the bad endings anyway.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, every time I play through Myst, I have to do the bad endings first. So where was the last place that we saw Josef? Or should I say Josef?
I feel like that around here there was another, it was either on the other side of the rail or it was over here where he was like, "What are you doing? Hurry up! I'm in trouble."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The villains are gonna eat me.
Well, we have a musical cue now, but what does it mean? We've been getting the spooky music since we found the true Josef.
Well, I forget if this was the same musical cue when we first arrived and we were just after the firefight. Please help me, Rick.
Whoa, what? That door's open now.
That's a little kooky. Ooh. Remember, Rick, don't approach under any circumstance.
Under any circumstance. Oh, another villain.
This one is totally dead. You didn't get here fast enough, Rick. So this is a laser? We can just I think that's a Mofang corpse over there. No! That's human.
That's...
His just arm's pretty crispy.
That's fake Josef. He's an image.
Hmm. Do we have a doppelganger kind of situation going? Because I'm wondering if the fried part of the body is actually what he's supposed to be.
I think so, because it looks like he's holding a Mofang weapon. That's the same kind of gun that we saw.
We saw the chopped off torso near the Arai nest. Woo! Ooh!
I got an achievement that said close to death. I don't know how I feel about that. God. So,
What happens if we point the blue laser at the polyhedron? Looks like we totally fried Josef some more. He looks a little jaunty, though. Yeah, the face does not look human anymore.
no, that looks decidedly unhuman, inhuman, non-human.
We can get back this way.
That sets us up back to the beachhead.
That's handy.
Well, should we point this at the orb?
Yeah! What could possibly go wrong?
But don't we want to see if the orb will kill us first?
I think that we want to try and eliminate the orb so that we can get to the teleporter over there.
I think that I want to see what happens if I walk into the orb.
Okay, well, make a copy of your save file. I think you just nuked the planet, buddy.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us here on Saving Often. This was Obduction. What a fantastic ending. I want to thank David here for joining me for this series. It was a lot of fun. Stay tuned for our next adventure game series, The Neverhood, in which we fall down the hole in the world and then quit the game.
Yeah, beautiful. I like just the completely silent credits as if to say, no.
No, we're not rewarding you for this. Well,
I think that this is the Mofang's weapon. It is a equivalent of a nuke that they kind of drop on the other side, and they just wait for somebody to trigger their mousetrap. Awesome.
percussion.
I think we did a good job. I think we also broke the orb.
That's okay. I didn't want to go that way anyway. Was it like that? Yeah. Well, that takes us to the base of the tree.
But how do we get it wet?
Well, I don't know. There's water everywhere. We'll find a way. Maybe there's a Villein bucket inside or something. So we've got more of these gates.
Do you think that we activate this one, then we'll have a quick warp to Hunrath?
I do.
So is this gonna work? We just pull the plug? We have to...
Let's find out.
That was easier than expected. I hope this makes you happy, Cecil. But in my heart, I know that you're just going to like be like, well, you still got 3 more to go. Looks like
Well,
we need to get enough juice for from all the trees to accomplish whatever we're doing.
yeah, the needle's still going up. I wonder how far it'll go. I'm not going to sit here and wait for it, though. Well, if we... Oh.
Can we go through or not?
Yeah. This is Hoonrath. Okay.
You can tell because it's kind of orangey yellow.
Yeah. And here we're back on Murray. This would take us to Redland. And then the other side should just take us to Blue. Yes.
We never did get to the tree on Kaptar.
No, we didn't, and I'm wondering if it's something that we overlooked.
I mean, it's possible. We might have gotten so excited.
Yeah, that we walked away from it. Well, this is definitely encouraging. Definitely encouraging.
The question is there anything left on Murray here for us to ruin?
I don't think so.
I feel like that we've encountered all the major landmarks that were teased up to this point.
Yeah,
and fake Josef is like all crispy now, so I think the joke on fake Josef was that, you know, he was calling us in like the cavalry. You got to deal with these villains. But if we had actually got there in time, it would have been hilarious.
So there's a closed door up there. We can't really go anywhere here.
Watch out, you alien bastards. I've got a camera.
No, my only weakness. Knee-high ledges I can't jump over. I am inclined to say that we are done here on Murray, but
This does feel like as climactic as we're going to get. The only thing else that could have happened is if, like, okay, if we could have gotten into that orb and gone to the Mofang homeworld, but it might be just rigged so that if we do destroy the polyhedron that it just melts everything. Also, it closed on us.
it did. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that was definitely rigged to blow up whenever we took out the nuke. Oh, and you know what? That door might be... That just leads back to the way we came. So, yeah, I am confident that we are done here on Murray.
Then all I can really suggest is going back over to Kaptar and scratching our heads over how to get inside the tree.
I'm left torn about the solution to getting that door open.
I mean, it's narratively like exciting, but we didn't directly affect it. It's more so that conveniently, as soon as we knew for a fact that Josef was an imposter, that the door opened for us.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it. It just
Unless we just, ran out the timer and the game's like, okay, whatever.
All right, these bozos are never going to figure this out. Just open the door. Okay, well, what are the odds that I can remember where the seat is for Kaptar?
What are the odds that Cecil will have anything more to say than just like, the exact same thing?
You know what? We're here. Let's go find out.
I feel like that if I was in Cecil's shoes, like I'm a recluse. I'm pretty private, but also this is the only human I'm likely to see ever again. Probably would like be a little bit more forthcoming.
Well, maybe a 2020 era human is there and he's just trying to stay away from COVID.
That's fair. I think he's ignoring us.
CW.
I don't know what he's doing in there, but he
What's
clearly
he-
does has no idea whether or not we've plugged him up to the battery.
What's he building in there? What the hell is he building in there?
I feel like our protagonist is basically like if Roger Wilco was more of a maintenance worker as opposed to a janitor.
Mm-hmm. And very self-serious as well.
Well, I see the problem there. You got all your circles rotated the wrong way. Let me just warp around a little bit and put that back the way it's supposed to.
Is that Roger Wilco or is that Cliffy?
It's more of a Cliffy voice, honestly. So we got 2 light bulbs. So, ultimately, we are going to have to go to Mofang
We are.
and get that light bulb lit up to do whatever we're doing.
Presumably, we will go there after we have lit the tree on Captar. Maybe there will be some kind of story-related shenanigans. Okay.
I hope the other alien species don't judge us too hard for our poor housekeeping.
I mean, not only that, but we're literally taking chunks of their world and throwing our junk onto theirs.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would be a remaining question mark for Murray is if we still needed to do anything in terms of rotating that orb connected to the junkyard. But I feel like we're pretty safe. I feel like the only thing they might have connected there is be like, oh, there's an extra notebook or something.
Yeah. All right, David, we're back here.
I love it.
Let's just take a skip over and take a look at that tree and see if there's anything obvious that jumps out at us. I'm kind of left feeling like we were supposed to have resolved this before.
And there did seem to be a little bit of a sense that we should have gotten there by now.
Hey, pal. I love that guy.
I feel bad that he doesn't get a pod.
What a good boy.
What purpose do you think the potting serves exactly?
I kind of see it as an arc of sorts. I think that the Remainers were probably working to stop the Mofang in some way, because, I mean, there's got to be a reason for Remainers to stay. And the people who are in pods, it's not necessarily an escape mechanism so much as it is a safety mechanism, like a cryostasis to keep them preserved and alive. So I feel like maybe the Remainers are trying to find a way to stop the Mofang threat and win the war.
I mean, there's only a handful of Remainers, so I feel like there's not going to be much they can accomplish. CW seems to think that he's going to be completely powerless unless he hooks everything back up, which the plan seems to be to deliberately avoid having everything hooked up. Just make everything difficult, make it so there's a video game for the maintenance worker to fix. But yeah, it appears like that. Maybe somehow the cryostasis would protect them if like one of those polyhedron bombs went off.
Do you think that was actually a bomb, or was that just like a landmine?
I think that the way that the screen kind of faded out and the magnitude of the explosion seemed to suggest a huge scale to me.
Okay. So there's our entrance to the tree. It's down there. And I thought there was another little cavernous...
Like, we got down into the Arai, like, nest previously.
Yeah.
That's the scale, that goes to the
Right.
Mofang, presumably.
Okay.
And this goes down?
This does nothing. At least that's my presumption. There's nothing to interact with.
I think we might
here.
have ridden it down previously or something.
No, I think it's just
it's
a
not even
goof off.
connected to anything.
Yeah.
It's just broken.
Yeah. Like
It's
everything
just-
else in this damn temple.
It's just like my hopes and dreams.
Mm-hmm. Which part of abduction broke your hopes and dreams, David?
It broke with the computer, the Soviet submarine computer.
The meaningless job computer.
Yeah.
So this is the sphere that was on Hunrath. And then this is the other side here.
We had access previously, didn't we?
We had access by another means. I think
Was
that
it,
we
do we
had-
need to have this rotated the other direction? Is that it?
Think so,
Like
yes.
I love it.
So... Okay, so... Alright, let's think about rotations. So if we...
This rotated by like 90 degrees, if I remember correctly. So if we go back to Hunrath and we spin this around, right round, and we swap it with the platform, or alternatively, we just live with having the platform here. But part of me is still like, I wonder what happens if we like ride the elevator down when it's blocked off. It's probably just blocked off, but maybe there's like a note that says loser on it.
Okay, so our aim is to go back to Hunrath.
Either swap out the wooden platform for the orb, or go to the trouble of getting the orb put back reversed so that we theoretically never need to mess with it again. Like the wooden platform might just be like easy mode. It's like, yeah, once you have that the way you want it, you don't got to worry about it again.
I feel like there's something more to it, though.
I mean, the scaling in terms of like swapping stuff out has kind of escalated. Like this was our level 2, and then Murray was our level 3,
Mhm.
and Mofang is going to be our final boss chamber, presumably. I did have the sense that the area with the bugs was a little bit more significance. We kind of trailed off around the time we figured out the scale thing.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like we were missing something.
Yeah, see, this has one staircase leading up, but not the other. Whereas the orb is kind of a T-shape, the sphere, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Theoretically, the best situation for us is if it is theoretically back the way it was originally, where we don't need to use the elevator at all. So if we want to get out of here and do any like swapping, we're going to need to get that. We're going to need to go 180 degrees with the wooden platform for our soft.
Right. I counted that time.
That's handy. That's a neat trick you got there, Rick.
Numbers.
That's what we call you, Tricky Rick.
Well, you certainly don't call me Loves Circle Puzzles, Rick. That is not my name.
That's very unwieldy as a nickname.
Well, that's part of why you don't call me that. Also, I don't like circle puzzles.
Also, we should really call it them Rick names as opposed to nicknames.
Ooh, yeah. I'd appreciate that, thank you. Well, that now goes nowhere. But
Seems like we have accomplished nothing.
No, we accomplished something. Well, kind of.
Okay, so that's actually where the downstairs is.
Yeah.
Unless that's the downstairs. There's also that's
the elevator. And I don't think there's anything down there.
So if we do bring the orb back, it's not actually going to be clean, it seems like. Because we can't access both up and down simultaneously.
Yeah, I thought that it was going to be, but it's not.
My recollection was faulty.
Yeah, same here. It's hard to tell, but is there anything in the diagonals?
I feel like that they wanted to kind of foreshadow it a little bit. Otherwise, it's pure trial and error here.
Okay, well, we pressed the button 4 times and rotated it to there, so we need to press it 2 more times to get the bottom over to there.
Looks like it.
And that should really be the only other exit here. Like, we can try doing quarter turns one at a time to see if there's anything else, but I don't think that's a good use of our time.
Listen, when we get fully desperate, we can do that.
Yeah, that's going to be the last stage of desperation. Okay, so let me just...
Is it going to be convenient? Like, does that go to the locked door, or that goes to the regular path?
That goes
nowhere.
Goes
nowhere. I love it.
That goes nowhere. I'm just kind of trying to scope out and see if I can see any other holes, which I can't. Okay, back to the bugs. So we could see this chamber from near the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Down here was the portal.
This is our little weight scale.
And there's the opening. So by my recollection, the tree...
You need to jump really high.
Well, can't do that. The tree is over in this vicinity somewhere.
Well, what was down below the bug patriarchs? Like, there's the path kind of winds down. I think we did this already, but I'm paranoid that we just completely overlooked it.
No, we did do it, but I can't remember. Oh, that's right. It takes us over here, which is near the tree. But then we get to this.
Oh, I remember proposing before that we turn off the machine.
That's a good point. We never did try doing that. That might be the way to go, because then we could walk through there and get to the tree.
That would be delightful.
Well, let's head back.
Rick, the audience is hungry for some gardening.
Oh, can we go up here? Yeah, we can. Oh, hey. Oh, hey.
Oh, this is way better.
Okay.
So maybe we can just put the stone orb back where we found it.
I can't believe how long it took us to find that door. I guess that just goes to show why you should explore every area, not just the ones that you like the most.
There's a lot going on in that room. I'm going to give us a pass on that.
That's true. It is a pretty spinny, buzzy kind of room. Also, I'm glad that we are the sole arbiters of whether or not we get a pass.
Absolutely.
That's convenient.
The tedious thing about trying to rotate the rock sphere is that you basically have to double back twice to do any adjustments to it.
Yeah.
Which is why we didn't do it before.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, this looks right. This looks
we're
good.
back here. This is the wrong way. Oh, that's right. We came up the shortcut. I need to come back down here. And go in here.
There's a question of which turbine connects to what we actually want to turn off.
Yeah. We could theoretically leave everything on except for that one.
Can we even, like, see the tree from around here?
I don't think so. But I'm betting it's down there. Because this top one seems to go to this mechanism. The bottom one goes down there. This top one comes up to this elevator. Come on. Yeah, if I turn this one off, that turns off the gondola. So I'm betting that's the one that leads back to the starting area.
I guess we will find out shortly.
Okay, well that did indeed turn this machinery off.
Keep the good news rolling, Rick.
I was afraid I was going to have some bad news, but it looks like this is still good. I thought maybe our path would be impeded down here. But I don't think so. I think we're okay.
I think we're going to have a good time.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay.
But then it turns out that if we don't turn it off at the exact right moment, then it creates a ankle-high barrier.
That no camera may pass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's see here. This is the moment of truth. Are we correct? Can we squeeze past this machine? You know, a lesser YouTube program would leave that as their cliffhanger, but not this one. We're gonna find out right here, right now.
Perfect.
Oh, baby.
It's a tree.
It's a loading screen. So far, so good. Look at that sweet, sweet water powering this tree.
And then it doesn't turn on. That's fine. We got the juice.
We do got the juice. So now we have to figure out how to get into there.
Maybe our pal CW will lighten up a little bit.
Now that we have 3 of the 4 trees connected, I have to hope that CW will give us some kind of information for how we can proceed. Maybe he'll be able to help us get to Mofang. One way or another, this is exciting. We've activated 2 trees in 1 episode.
Yeah, that's the kind of heart-pounding action you tune in for here at Saving Often.
Just think, this one modest little water tower powering trees on multiple worlds. What a good episode this was. We witnessed a space battle with lasers. We found villains. We found Josef. We found fake Josef.
Those are both of my favorite characters in this game.
We talked to CW. We were cold-shouldered by CW. And now the question is, will CW give us any information at all? Let's find out.
What's he doing in there, Rick?
I don't hear hammering. Is CW okay? Well, I don't know, David. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about CW.
He's a little married to his work, I'll admit.
Well, at any rate, we've done quite a bit here today, but now we must bid you adieu. Thank you very much for joining us, as always, here on Saving Often. Remember to save early. You should also save often. Take advantage of autosave if you can. It's a wonder of the future, this bright, wonderful future that we live in. I am Rick, and this is my pal David.
Please take bets about whether or not we actually find the Mohang homeworld next episode.
Yeah, you know, part 8 could just be us wandering aimlessly for an hour and a half, and yeah, who knows? It'll make for terrible television, but hopefully you'll join us for it. So until next time, thank you very much, and yeah, hope to see you next week.
Enjoy. Bye. I mean, you could have gone back to where we were to ride the diggy truck up to the top again.
The diggy truck?
The diggy truck. That's what we like. I have that in my brain because Waluigi rode one of those in like Mario Kart on DS.
Ah.
And the fan base called it a diggy truck, so it's like, you know, that's fun.
So that's not the official name for
it. It's like they're called like an excavator. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, diggy truck.